Hate, a four-letter word, can move mountains and make the impossible possible. It's an emotion that's as old as humanity itself. Let's take a moment to explore the destructive power of hate, a force so potent it can cloud judgment, distort perceptions, and fuel actions that would otherwise seem unthinkable. Consider the case of Jeremy Clarkson, a man whose career in the public eye has seen him court controversy more times than most. In December 2018, he penned a column defending Meghan Markle, recognizing the harsh treatment she was receiving from the media and even warning of the public pillorying that lay ahead. Yet, fast forward to just 4 short years later, and the tables had turned. Clarkson himself became the one calling for that very public pillorying he had once cautioned against. And he's not alone. The Daily Mail, a newspaper known for its relentless coverage of the Sussexes, has been at the forefront of this obsession. Despite years of attacking Meghan and Harry, they turn to Sussex supporters for content when they need to boost engagement. The irony is almost palpable. But why is this happening? Why this relentless pursuit of a woman who simply sought to carve out her own path? The answer is simple. Hate, a hatred so profound that it blurs the lines of reason and rationality. In this context, hate is more than just a personal emotion. It's a tool wielded by the media to stoke the fires of controversy and sell papers. It's an instrument used to keep the public hooked on a narrative that, without Meghan, would likely falter. This is the power of hate. It can twist the narrative, turning the defender into the attacker and the persecuted into the antagonist. It is a force that can transform friends into enemies, love into disdain, and peace into chaos. In the next scenes, we'll delve deeper into Meghan Markle's media journey and how the power of hate played a role in shaping her public image. But for now, let's pause and reflect on the sobering reality of how hate can seep into our perceptions and actions, causing us to act in ways we never imagined. Hate can transform friends into enemies, love into disdain, and peace into chaos. In 2016, Meghan Markle, an accomplished actress, stepped into the spotlight of the British media. Little did she know this would be the start of a tumultuous journey. A charming and talented actress, Meghan Markle was no stranger to the limelight. Her breakout role in the popular legal drama Suits had already earned her a considerable following, but when she crossed paths with the British media, her life took a dramatic turn. In the beginning, the media painted Meghan in a positive light. They admired her for her beauty, her acting skills, and her humanitarian work. She was seen as a breath of fresh air, a modern woman who was ready to shake up the traditional, buttoned-up world of the British aristocracy. But as Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry became public, the media's fascination with her escalated into an obsession. Her every move, every word, every outfit was dissected and analysed. Suddenly, the same qualities that had made her so appealing were twisted and used against her. Her American background, her career, her outspoken nature, all were used as fodder for negative coverage. The shift was gradual but unmistakable. The positive pieces became fewer and far between, replaced by a constant stream of criticism and speculation. Her relationship with her family, her alleged diva-like behaviour on set, her supposed feuds with other royals, all these stories started to dominate the headlines. The media, once so taken with Meghan, had turned on her. They were no longer content to simply report on her life. They wanted to shape the narrative. What was once admiration morphed into scrutiny, and scrutiny into relentless criticism. Meghan, once the media's darling, was now their favourite target. The woman who had once been praised for her modernity and independence was now being vilified for the very same reasons. As Meghan's public profile rose, so did the media's interest in her, veering towards obsession. The media's relentless pursuit of Meghan Markle was just beginning, and it would only intensify in the years to come. By late 2018, the media's treatment of Meghan Markle had taken a dark turn. The narrative had shifted. The fairy tale princess was now painted as a villain. The media, once her adoring fan, had begun to bare their fangs. A profound example of this shift is Jeremy Clarkson. Back in December 2018, the man wrote a column in defense of Meghan, expressing concern over the media's treatment of her. He warned that soon she would be publicly pilloried. But within just 4 short years, the tables had turned. And guess who led the charge? Yes, Clarkson himself. The same man who once stood up against the abuse had joined the mob. And then we have the Daily Mail, the epicenter of Meghan obsession. Their endless cycle of criticism and personal attacks on Meghan and Harry were as relentless as they were baseless. Yet when they needed engagement, when they needed content, guess who they turned to? That's right, the very supporters of Sussex they had so vehemently attacked. The irony is almost laughable. They can't stop talking about Meghan because, let's face it, without her, their papers wouldn't sell. They need her more than she needs them. It's a parasitic relationship, one that feeds off controversy and scandal, real or imagined. The media's role in this narrative is not just that of an observer. They are active participants, shaping public opinion with every headline, every story. The power they wield is immense, and yet they choose to use it to tear down rather than build up. In this saga, the media has played the role of the villain, using their platform to perpetuate negativity, unfounded rumours and personal attacks. Their coverage of Meghan Markle, once positive and supportive, had become a tool for character assassination. The media, once enchanted by Meghan, had become her most vocal critic. The relentless media scrutiny took a toll on Meghan, affecting her mental health and personal relationships. And so the fallout began. The constant spotlight, the unending critique, it all began to chip away at Meghan's spirit. It seeped into her everyday life, tainting her relationships and clouding her happiness. This wasn't just about a royal stepping back from duties. It was about a woman trying to preserve her sanity, her dignity. Meghan had once been a symbol of hope and change, a breath of fresh air in a centuries-old institution. But the media's relentless scrutiny turned that breath of fresh air into a whirlwind, a tornado that threatened to uproot everything she held dear. Her decision to step back from royal duties wasn't taken lightly. It was a choice made out of necessity, a desperate attempt to reclaim her life. She was no longer just a duchess. She was a woman under siege, a mother trying to protect her child. And so she did what any mother would do. She sought refuge. She fled the only life she had known for the past 4 years and moved abroad. The decision wasn't easy but necessary. She needed to breathe, to live, to be free from the constant scrutiny. But even then, the media didn't let up. They followed her, their obsession unabated. They continued to dissect her every move, analyze her every word. But Meghan stood strong. She chose to rise above the hate, to focus on her family, her work, her life, and in doing so, she sent a powerful message that no amount of scrutiny, no level of criticism could break her, that she was more than a royal, more than a duchess. She was Meghan Markle, a woman of strength, resilience and grace. The media's obsession with Meghan Markle had exacted a heavy price, but in the end, it was the media that paid the price. For they lost the respect of a woman who had once been their muse, their obsession, and all they were left with were empty headlines and a dwindling readership. Hate, fueled by the media, had transformed Meghan Markle's fairy tale into a nightmare. Our journey through this narrative has been a bitter pill to swallow, but it's important to recap. We've seen how hate, like a rampant, unchecked wildfire, can consume even the most enchanting of stories. It's a potent force that can drastically alter lives, as it did with Meghan Markle. This is a woman who stepped into a fairy tale, only to find herself in the eye of a storm, fueled by relentless hate and media sensationalism. The media, the gatekeepers of public opinion, played a pivotal role in this saga. They had the power to control the narrative, to shape the story. And what did they choose? They chose to fan the flames of hate, to feed the inferno rather than quench it. They chose to chase headlines, to prioritize sensationalism over responsible journalism. But it's not just about Meghan Markle. It's about the power that the media holds, the power to uplift, to inspire, but also the power to tear down, to destroy. It's a responsibility that should not be taken lightly, and it's a responsibility that was grossly mishandled in Meghan's case. Now, more than ever, we need responsible journalism. We need empathy. We need to remember that the people we read about in the papers are just that, people. They have feelings, they have dreams, they have fears. They are not just characters in a story. They are real, living, breathing individuals. Meghan Markle's story is not just a tale of a fallen fairy tale princess. It's a cautionary tale, a stark warning of what can happen when hate is allowed to run rampant and when the media fails to act responsibly. The story of Meghan Markle serves as a sobering reminder of the power of hate and the responsibility media holds in shaping our world. Let's not let her story be in vain. Let's learn from it. Let's strive for a world where hate is quashed and empathy is championed. Let's strive for a world where the media uses its power responsibly, to uplift, not to tear down.